the province of BC received $3.2 billion through to March 2026 for childcare funding. This is in addition to, and I will admit, sizable investments the province of British Columbia has made since 2018. During the debate, however, over the last 2 days, it seems that the federal NDP does not seem to be in line with one of the key policy tenets of the provincial program, namely that private for-profit care has access to $10 a day childcare in BC. I would like the members' comments on whether or not private for-profit care should receive access to the $10 a day program, which currently has 12,700 Canadians in it. Thank you.
I do hope the member was listening to my speech where I outlined the research that shows there is a 3-point plan. Right now, with the current funding agreements, it makes sense to maintain and fund all the spectrum of our childcare system. And moving forward, when we're talking about future agreements with provinces, the most, if you want to make decisions that are based on evidence, that are based on the best available information we have, it means investing in public, nonprofit childcare in the future. I recommend the member check out the research. It was released last year. It is a powerful document that outlines the do's and don'ts of creating a national childcare program.
Paragraph 8 of Bill C-35, it discusses funding commitments. And it states that the Government of Canada would engage with Indigenous governing bodies and other Indigenous entities that represent the interests of an Indigenous group and its members. When the previous childcare agreements were signed, they were done between the provinces and territories and the federal government, respectively. Is the government really actually prepared to engage with First Nations communities who want more jurisdiction over their childcare needs? This is a monumental task, and I'm not sure whether the Department of Indigenous Services Canada is able to complete this in 2 to 3 years.
Well, I think that if this government has proven one thing as it comes to that very important relationship, Mr. Speaker, is that we do want to see Indigenous communities be able to have the autonomy to make the decisions that are required in order to properly care for, in this case, children. And so, Mr. Speaker, I strongly believe that, even though the member might find the timelines to be tight, I think that it's important for this to be discussed at committee. I think that this just speaks to why this needs to get to committee so that the discussions can be had and that the conversations and the questions that he has can be posed to the department officials and those responsible to get to the bottom of it so that we can deliver that very important part of this agreement.